Today I'm going to be talking about if Instagram bots are officially dead and what is the replacement if they are dead and what can work. So to be clear, Instagram bots are not dead in 2026. There's really only one real kind of Instagram bot that is effectively worth it. And many people who do use Instagram bots currently today are not using it to make money directly. I'm going to do a quick explanation and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So here's an example of a person who I'm not going to say he used to do Instagram bots just so that I can legally stay safe. But essentially it would work like this. You have a main account and then you create smaller accounts that are not main accounts. And these smaller accounts use Instagram bots using follow and follow, using mass liking, they use mass story watching. They do a whole lot of stuff like that. And there's all of these ulterior accounts or these secondary accounts. You can call them slave accounts right here, like this account, this account, this account, which is the same one as the other one, this account, and they all promote the main account. And what ends up happening is the main account, along with the other smaller accounts, they all get an audience, they all get fan bases, they all get followers, likes, comments, etc. And it helps really the commercialization of whatever product you're trying to buy. So there's usually a link in bio. People will click that link in bio, then they'll go purchase that product. And for years, it has worked. 2020, let's say, 2 was truly the end of it. In its glory. The heyday used to be back when it was like 2014, 2016, maybe towards the end 2018, but there are some things that have changed. So are Instagram bots dead? Like I said, not entirely. There's only one kind left that works, which is referred to as a bot farm. And it's kind of like where you set up a server that controls cell phones, and you have these cell phones connected to a computer, and you have like 10 of them. And maybe I'll show you guys a picture of that right here. They look like this. You can kind of see how they're all kind of set up like this. And these are AI bot controlled bot farms, but usually they were not AI controlled. They're just algorithmically controlled, where the bots will be kind of programmed to follow, like, engage, things like that. And the reason why people had to switch over to phone as opposed to like just running a software is because Instagram kept running different updates to their softwares, and it essentially blocked people and banned people. So the only real version of this left is using a bot farm, which is things like this, that you could either pay somebody to run for you or you do it yourself. However, there is an alternative to this, and it's actually completely allowed. And it is called Telegram bots. And Telegram bots is a little bit different because it's used to sell for you, it's used to get you customers, and it's used to make you money. Instagram does not allow botting, but Telegram does allow botting. And that's the big difference here, is that you don't have to worry about things getting patched, you don't have to worry about issues, you don't have to worry about errors. And you don't have to worry about getting banned or anything like that with Telegram. And that's the beauty of this system. So let me go ahead and share with you what bot I use. You guys probably already know about this if you're in the Telegram world. It's called Kamatachi. I'll leave my affiliate link in the description box if you want to check it out. But this bot right here, it's well known. I'm not the only one who talks about this. But basically, how a Telegram bot works is you as a user, create a bot sequence. So I'll just kind of take this text and I'll kind of explain it. So you create a bot sequence. And your bot sequence is, you have to engineer it. So you have to plan it out. How are you going to get an order? How are you going to get a customer? How are you going to be able to sell products? So you have to know your business. You have to know your brand. Like if you know that you're a clothing brand, right? If you were using an Instagram bot, what would you do? You'd post a bunch of Instagram pictures on your Instagram account for that clothing brand. You would post prices, you'd post all kinds of things, and then you would have a call to action, right? Well, this works the same way. For the bot sequence, you would show them certain things, or you would figure out what the customer knows using AI, and then you would fill in the gaps. So you would provide them the call to action, you'd provide them the product link, and if they still have questions, they can talk back and forth with your bot to be able to make the purchase. So sometimes sequences are long and sometimes sequences are short. I'm going to go ahead and log in, for example, into one of my Kamatachi bots just to show you how I set it up and how you can make money doing it. So here you guys are looking at a sample of one of my bots, and this is actually the default bot that it comes with. You can add steps, like you can add different features and things, but you can see here how it's like a flow, right? So you get a subscriber, the subscriber gets a message based on certain questions, and based on those specific answers, there's certain replies that come out of it. So you can see here, like, there's different replies. Let me go ahead and zoom up here. My bad, I didn't mean to zoom down. But you can see here the different replies. So if, and I could zoom out here, but if they click on, like, for example, the See Offer button, they get an offer CTA. If they click on the Ask Question button, they get to ask their question. So they get to get that question here with the email. So they ask for their email so that you can answer the questions, and then you could send the message. But there's a whole bunch of other steps that you can set up. And you can do call to actions. You could even include this section here, which is an autopilot flow, which, like I said, I'm pretty sure the Telegram people know about, but obviously the Instagram people don't, who's watching this video. And this is my first video ever talking about this, so if you like this video and want to see more, I guess subscribe to the channel. I'll post more. All you have to do is let me know in the comments. But anyways, this will, if you check this off, then AI will step in at any point in time and reroute the customer to the original goal and help them work their way through it. So sometimes people don't know fully what they want, and you need an AI to like guide them through. It's kind of like, if you guys are familiar with high ticket closing, this works in a similar way. So what high ticket closing is let's say, for example, you're a closer, you're a salesperson, and you're closing for somebody who's doing high ticket sales or has a high ticket product. That product might cost $10,000 and you're selling for them. You know what the end goal is. You know the end goal is to get the purchase, get the conversion, which is a $10,000 order, so that you can get your 42% commission, for example. Well, you know what the roadmap to that is, and you're, as a salesperson, as a successful salesperson who knows what they're doing, you're guiding them through every single step of the way through this automation scheme. And the AI autopilot system has an AI messenger within it that will go ahead and message people. But you can see here, you can access your subscribers, you can access the emails you collect, you can access the phone numbers, you can access all kinds of data. If you want to put out a broadcast, you can go ahead and do so. There's a lot of different things you can do, and you can set up your, like I said, the Telegram operator. You can set up all kinds of different things. So how is this, like I said, better than Instagram bots? Well, the nice thing about this is, for me personally, is that with Instagram bots, guys, there was always like this new update, or there was always a new problem. An account is always getting banned, a certain, something is always going down, and you always have to worry about that. But with Telegram, this is completely, like I said, allowed, which is different. And you have to use your website, let's say, or whatever system you're using. Some people use Twitter, some people use TikTok, some people even use Instagram for this, to collect the attention, right? So to get the views, then they send people through a Telegram setup. So a little tip about this, and we can make a separate video on this, but a little tip about how to get people into your flow is just invite them for something for free. All right, so invite them, hey, if you want to learn more about my whatever, or if you want to get my free whatever, or if you want to check out my free this or free that, click the link. The link will take them to the Telegram setup, and they'll join. So I wanted to share an example of this as well. There's a guy on Twitter named Joe Lampton. So let's go ahead and pull him up. Spelled his name wrong here, so just bear with me. Joe Lampton. And let's go ahead and click. So you can see here he has a pretty small following from the amount of engagement he gets per post. So if you look here, like his post gets 46 likes only, right? 52 likes, 66 likes. He might have a viral one every now and then, but like 58 likes, 65 likes. Now, what this guy does is he's an OnlyFans guy, so he manages people for OnlyFans, which to me is not something I would ever do, but it is what it is. He could do whatever he wants. But he teaches other people how to run an OnlyFans management business. And he does that through his Telegram. So first he says, join people on Telegram. Once you join, you'll see his posts, which I'm not going to join. But once you join, you see his posts. And then over time, you see his success, you see his money, you see his nice cars, you see his lifestyle. And then you say, you know what? I want to purchase his product, which his product is just yet again another Telegram operator bot, right? That just literally gives people information. I believe it's called Rich Gang. And it's just like another Telegram bot that allows people to just gain information on his like more premium posts, and that's effectively it. So sometimes you can make a bot like this. So let's go back to Kamatashi, and you can see here some people will make like automation strategies like this, but they'll use it for a premium purpose. So as if the person is a customer already. And once they're already a customer, they'll make the automated lists of posts here. They'll put up their broadcasts, and the users will be hit with posts each and every day that are kind of new and unique, but they're paying a subscription to receive those posts. Some other people don't use this for that. Some people use this service, like this Telegram bot. They'll use it for nurturing their leads into becoming customers. Like I said, sometimes it's high ticket, sometimes it's not. But that's different examples of how. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I don't see many people at all talking about Telegram bots, so I figured I'd make this video, and hopefully you enjoy it. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Bye.